G'day, this is Subaru's Great Australian Detour. It's a celebration of the road trip, about getting out and seeing Australia. And it's about being open to changing plans, either on a whim or a change of weather. It's about telling stories, about spending time together, about making memories. Now, the idea for this series was that we would stick close to big towns, and have little detours that were very accessible. And then here we are in the middle of nowhere. And that is literally the point of the Great Australian Detour. Set a plan, change it, see where you end up. I think you'll like this. It is the very best of our latest series. That romance of the open road is like a lure tempting all of us, a calling almost, a chance to discover those things you expect to find and to be brilliantly surprised along the way. The road trip, whether it be near or far, is where we create some of our fondest memories. Sometimes it's about the destination, but maybe, just maybe, it's as much about how we get there, the cars we drive, the people we travel with, the friends and the moments we collect along the way. Subaru's Great Australian Detour is a celebration of the driving holiday, an unfinished roadmap of inspiration. It's about the detours we take to find the gems that sustain us to our next adventures. It's about Australia, the greatest detour there is.
The Mornington Peninsula. It's like the ideal buffet for tourists and locals. Bask in the bay, surf the coast, and don't even get me started on all the local produce. Is this the detour of my dreams? To get around, the Impreza really feels like the ideal car for so many people, but especially the young adventurers, like me. It's a small car, but it is big on style, and it's packed with so many features and has all the latest safety tech. It's equipped with the updated eyesight and vision assist systems, which not only enhances safety, but also aids on those longer trips, recognising speed signs, assisting in maintaining lanes, and even monitoring for driver fatigue, ensuring you reach your destination with confidence. Oh, we're here already. It's hard to please everyone, and there aren't many places that get close, but an hour's detour south of Melbourne CBD, and I reckon this might be the trick. Well, I had roosters to welcome me in here, but now that I'm seeing the trams, I'm getting a feeling that Benton Rise isn't going to be a typical farm. Even from the front gate, things are definitely different. And yep, that's an original red rattler. But that's just the start of it. It's not officially a train spotter paradise, but if you've got a thing for trains and trams and fresh produce and Melbourne history, this will be the spot for you. Brit's a Benton Rise all-rounder. Picking, growing, serving, you name it, she's great at it. And really is the heart and soul of the place.
It's such a unique place.
It is.
There's so much to see. There's a beautiful garden, organic produce, and our iconic trains, of course.
I know, and so how did they get here, or are we just not asking questions?
Oh, say 20-ish years ago, so a long time. But the one behind us, the red rattler, is from the 1920s, so very iconic.
So this is a community garden, and all the produce is in the red rattler, is that correct?
Yes, yes. So about 90% or more of it is grown here on the peninsula in this beautiful pocket of the world.
Oh.
And then depending on the season, 20% of it is grown here on the farm.
That's amazing. What's in season?
Well, we just planted some garlic in the garden, so
Yum.
that'll be delicious.
Yep.
And then our citrus is just about to finish. So my favourite is the lemonade lemons.
Oh, so you make a lemonade with the citrus as well?
Yes.
Can we try that at some point today, please?
Yes.
I love lemonade when it's freshly squeezed.
So
oh, there's
good.
nothing better.
So good.
Oh, okay, well, Melbourne is showing all 4 seasons in one day. Very typical.
Classic.
Shall we quickly go see the animals?
Yes, let's do it.
So it is a farm, in the very old-fashioned sense. Goats, sheep, chickens, and a community heart. This is farm to plate at its very best. How do you say please? Slowly. Form a line. You'll all get one. More of Subaru's Great Australian Detour after the break.
I really do go for the paddle shifters. Is it too much to say it makes it feel like I'm experiencing what a race car driver experiences? It's all thanks to the Subaru Performance transmission. It's really quick, really smart, 8-speed. The 8-speed's important because on Phillip Island, the speed limit is only 80 kilometres an hour. So you might not get to experience the whole thing, but you will have your moments. Like when you pull into a roundabout, he goes down through the gears, the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, checks to the right. Yes, it's safe to go. Back onto the paddle. Whoop, whoop. See, just great fun. And it's kind of like driving a manual. You get to keep your hands on the wheel, but with the ease of driving an auto. And no bunny hopping. Not that I would. Oh, okay. I've organised to meet a mate called Molly. That's her with Subaru's 2024 BRZ TS. I do wonder if meeting Molly Taylor, Subaru ambassador and rally car driver, at a racetrack was an inspired or absurd idea. Go-kart track, not rally. So maybe there's some chance. So Molly, is this what you expected of the go-kart track?
Oh, I mean, as far as go-kart tracks go, this is pretty epic. It's a replica of the main Phillip Island track, and we can see the Phillip Island track right here and the ocean. And it's,
but didn't you think it was going to be like a little whoop, whoop, you know, like an indoor one going?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be this big. I think it's going to be, proper fun.
All right, proper fun. So can you just give me just some understanding of what I should be trying to do?
In general, smooth is fast. Keeping your eyes up, looking where you want to go. And the other really important point, which you've already covered off already, is wear your party shoes.
What do you mean?
You've got the right shoes for the job. Right shoes, yeah.
Alrighty,
you're sorted.
All right, and so are we racing, or are we just having a nice time?
Well, we're having a nice time, but I mean, it's always better when you're winning, so.
Good, well, good luck, mate. Ow, crushed it.
Let's go.
For the record, Molly is a rally car driver. She's world class. So really, to lose to her will be a privilege. And they're off. Taylor, with a distinct weight advantage, takes the early lead, which is basically where she stays. Did I try my hardest? Yes. Was the crash my fault? Possibly. No one's really sure exactly what happened. The track really is a replica of the big one, and it is real racing in real racing karts, 270cc. There are G-forces and screaming tyres, all at 60 k's an hour. Was it fun? Abso-bloody-lutely. Here's the photo finish. Taylor first. And daylight to Dado. Podium finish all round, though Molly said I should take third spot because if there was another racer, they would have flogged me as well. No racing on the public road, and definitely a chance to enjoy picturesque Phillip Island. We're getting the full Melbourne experience. The weather's turned.
4 seasons in one day.
I tell you what, and I can't believe I beat you at the go-kart.
I don't know which race you were on, but it's really interesting that you remember it that way.
That's exactly. Do you know what I do actually remember properly? Is that I had the BRZ in Tassie, and I've never ever had as much fun in a car. It's great, isn't it?
Oh, it's just so much fun. I think that's the biggest thing you think of when you sit in the car. Get down low, you really feel so connected to the ground, and that combination of the really well-balanced chassis, great power to weight, it just is pure fun.
There's a go-kart aspect to it. And there's the Brembo,
Yeah, Brembo brakes, good spot there.
Thanks very much.
So that's a new addition to the 24 model.
Okay.
A couple of other things as well. The BRZ TS has the STI tune suspension, which even improves that fun aspect even more. And you can see also a few little attention to detail bits. So the BRZ badging integrated in the headlights, the black crystal mirrors, a few other nice touches like that.
Yeah, and this is the manual.
Correct.
With the old-fashioned handbrake, which there's no more.
The magic wand, we like that. That can stay.
But I noticed it's also got the eyesight.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
correct.
definitely did not have eyesight in Tassie.
Yes, that is a new addition as well, the manual.
In the manual?
Yeah, the manual now comes with the eyesight, which is a massive thing because it's so handy and for the safety as well. You've got the adaptive cruise control, the collision assist and all those other features that the eyesight has.
Yeah, because I was following you there and you braked quite aggressively and I'm going, because there was a goose in front, right? It's like, was that you or was that?
That was me, but you know, it's just such great peace of mind knowing that you've got that with you, that extra set of eyes on the road.
All right, well, when we come back, we've got to change the pace for you. Like,
I feel like I'm going to have to do a bit more work now.
Yeah, you're still on wheels.
Yep.
It's just going to be a little bit slower.
Some pedal power.
Back after this. An hour's dawdle south of Brisbane and less than that due west of the Gold Coast is the Scenic Rim. Put simply, it's spectacular. From Jurassic jungles to eucalypt forests and the most beautiful farmland, the surprises keep coming. They're all connected by roads that climb and fall and twist and turn around a series of peaks and valleys, around dams and over creeks and rivers. This is a choose-your-own-adventure type trip. This time it's camels and hang gliding and finding new challenges. Next time it might be waterfalls or hiking. And there will definitely be a next time. There are some beautiful roads around the Scenic Rim. Are you planning a trip? Excited? Going somewhere special? Somewhere like this? I love the planning, right? The excitement of what you're going to find and what's going to surprise you. Two things you don't want to have to think about are safety and comfort. And I know I've told you about the Crosstrek's interior design, that it's intuitively put together, so all the things are in the right spot. And I'm a big guy, and I fit in this car beautifully. So that's perfect. As for the safety for you, and look, if your kids are borrowing your car and they're not as confident on the long drives, it is packed with safety features. The latest version of Subaru's EyeSight Driver Assist, you've got adaptive cruise control, the driver monitoring system. They all work together to help get the driver to the destination with less fatigue and, of course, safely. So you can try something completely mad. I had no idea about the genuine beauty of the Scenic Rim and some of the roads we've been on and the views we've seen. I drove past this bit and there's a hang glider, paraglider launch pad, and I thought, my God, imagine, like, how good would that be? So we organised to go hang gliding, but we're not up there, we're down here. And there's a little aeroplane to go with the hang glider. This will be different. I can promise you that. Lisa flew in for the morning. Born Kiwi, she's a born-again Queenslander. Lisa, you're the pilot. Now, I was driving up on the rim and I saw the launch pad and the beautiful thing, and I thought it would be taking off from there.
Well,
not being dragged up from here.
we used to take off from there.
Yeah.
The flights were too short for tandem, so we invested in a $80,000 plane.
Yeah.
And so now we can tow you up. But the great thing about it is we can fly in every wind condition.
Right.
So long as it's not too strong and it's not raining,
yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
If you paid more, would you have got the whole plane? No, there's no outsides to it.
This plane is actually made by a hang gliding manufacturer called Moyes, and it's made in Australia actually, and it's designed just for pulling up hang gliders because it flies slow. That's why there's not much to it.
Well, this is something I've literally wanted to do since hang gliding since the 70s. So I can't wait.
I'll tell you what, it's what you dreamed about. That's why we do it in the morning, because it's so calm. And when we're up there, you can put your arms out and you can just feel it. It's amazing. It is what you dream about.
Okay, great. They're pretty big boots to fill, and yet I think Lisa might be the one to make this dream come true. So we're going top and tail.
Yes, yeah, you're on top, boy.
The hardest part, says Lisa, is getting into the harness. From there, it's all gravy. Head through there. Oh, hello there, Lisa.
Gosh, you're close.
The ride up was great, better than expected. And then, well, it just got better, much better. I mean, we're hanging in a harness 2,000 feet in the air, suspended from a fabric wing, and it was absolutely brilliant. Honestly, verging on the spiritual. She let me fly the hang glider, but better than that, I literally felt like I could fly. I was flying, I was. And I was Supermaning too. So very, very good. Oh, and even better, it was all done at a turf farm. So of course, that needed testing too. Well, that was fun. It was exactly nothing like I expected. In fact, it was more than fun. It was unbelievable. I've literally wanted to hang glide since the 1970s. That's the whole point of the detour, right? Do things that you've always wanted to do, and then try things you've never even thought about or didn't even know about, you know? More of that after the break, where there's another first time ever. I love a country road and I love a country radio station and the weather, which, as you might notice, is beginning to turn. So as much as I promised the kids in the back seat who aren't actually there a trip to Mungo, there's a chance we won't go there. So we might have to change the plan. And I love that about road travel, that you can change what you're doing quite easily. For now though, we're on a definite detour plan. Nyngan is really a halfway point, so it's a way stop as opposed to a detour. So it'd be good to detour from there. And as you'd expect, most of the properties around here are family owned. So you can't just rock in there. It's not like someone comes to your place and goes, "Oh, g'day Barry, mind if I fish in your bathtub?" It's not like that. But there is a place, it's called Subaru Station. It's a beautiful detour, lovely road, 30 k's out of Nyngan, and it's a farm stay, but with a difference. But it's still in Bogan Shire. I was going to say Bogan County. It's still in Bogan Shire. So, you know, make of that what you will. There's only one Bogan here, and that's the Bogan River. Subaru Station, 30 minutes from Nyngan Town, is a working sheep station with something for everyone. Angie, I feel like you are literally the embodiment of the reason to detour. So on the edge of the outback, Bogan, right, you're in Bogan. And it's full-blown luxury accommodation. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, look, I think it's something quite unexpected and really different, and that's, you know, part of the attraction to coming, you know, off the beaten highway.
Yeah, but you're a big part of the difference as well. Like XIT.
Yes.
You can now cook, you know, for hundreds and hundreds.
I try, yeah.
Yeah. So how did you end up here?
Oh, look, I met my husband down in Melbourne, and when I was an IT consultant, and moved here and sort of fell into cooking by accident.
Right.
And very passionate about it. Yeah, he's a farmer, agribusiness banker, and the property's been in the family for about 145 years.
Wow.
So, yeah, a lot of history, and obviously, you know, incredible place to raise food and serve, you know, what we grow here.
Right, and it is a working farm, full working sheep
Yeah,
farm.
absolutely. So usually sort of 12,500 sheep, and
Wow.
we try to do about 5,000 acres of cereal crops.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the seasons don't go with us. We're completely dry land, so whatever falls from the sky is...
For that is farming. And then also for the accommodation, like you've got the beautiful old buildings. So obviously these are, you know, easily 100 years old.
Yeah, so most of them from the late 1800s.
Yeah.
A lot of them built from timber, sort of hand chiseled on the property.
Yeah.
Some a little worse for wear, which is, you know, why we're opening ourselves up to tourism to try and, you know, warrant the work to rebuild these buildings and really showcase them.
And then you've got that.
It's a bit different.
I'm fully drawn to it. Like, that's the luxury, isn't it? That's the spot.
Yeah, look, we were very wary of not trying to replicate the old. So I wanted the accommodation to be something that was quite new and modern and very different. So the old buildings really were showcased in their sort of original states.
Okay. Well, as I say, it is definitely the reason to detour.
Yeah,
this
fantastic.
is fantastic. Yeah, really good. There's much to love about the ethos of Subaru, a luxurious foodie farm stay with room for weddings and sustainability in their heart. Hello. I think what's really lovely about this place is that it's their sense of preserving history, which I think is really, really important. So like the shearers' quarters or the wool shed weren't that much better than this, and now they're stunning buildings that are used with guests. And then on the flip side of that is this all new luxury creation. So you really see the difference. But it's maintaining things like this that are really important. Goodbye, goodbye. You see, poking around the old stuff makes you really appreciate what's new and what's good about it. So this is the perfect flip side to the old stuff. It's beautiful, luxurious shipping container units with a lap pool. Imagine having 3 other couples coming here for a weekend. Should stay here I mean, the caravan's great, but No, the caravan's good. There really is something special about driving holidays. Whether you're seeing a place for the very first time or even revisiting an old favourite with a fresh set of eyes, there always seems to be a moment or a person or a glimpse that'll stick with you as you work your way to your next adventure. So I wonder if those are your favourite bits of this Great Australian Detour. I know they were mine. I mean, we covered so much ground. We took cars to great places, met fantastic people, and I know I've literally filled my own story banks and memory banks with some really great stuff, and I hope you have as well. And I hope you found some inspiration to get out there and find new things. So, I don't know, why don't you leave me here while I think about our next Great Australian Detour? Should we go further west, north, Tassie? Okay, we'll try. Thanks for watching. See you next time.